So let's talk this class action suit against YouTubers and influencers due to the downfall of FTX, right? Oh man, where do I start with this? Okay, what have I been telling y'all since day one? Day one, be educated. You got to do one of two things. Either you've got to take the time to be educated and be wise about your investments. Otherwise, you've got to pay the fee to trust a financial firm or like a financial advisor or whatever to invest on your behalf. Okay, that being said, end of the day, you can't predict everything. End of the day, you can't. Like, you can't predict everything. I don't care how much time you've spent. I don't care how smart you think you are, how educated, how much luck or skill you've had in the past with your investments or anything else for that matter. The reality is when it comes down to it, Mark Hanna said it best when he said, I don't care if you're Jimmy Buffett or Warren Buffett, nobody knows what a stock's gonna do. It's a fugazi, it's a fugazi, it's a woozy wuzzy, it's fairy dust. It doesn't matter. It's not real. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you to take that with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, yes, it's absolutely real. And yes, you're absolutely putting real money, real dollars, and real cents into real companies. And when you put that into real companies, you expect, you hope, you're banking on the idea of getting a return. And you may or may not get that return. You may not get what you project to get either. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win a little more, or sometimes you win a little less. It's part of the game, man. It's part of the business. It's part of... Now, as I've talked about it many times, my partner's an expert in risk management, and he doesn't toy with the stock market too much. Now he understands and he knows the stock market absolutely could invest in the stock market. It's just not his particular wheelhouse. It's not where he enjoys or likes to be. He's a swing trader. He's a skilled, extremely skilled swing trader, and he deals a lot in Forex. Mostly, primarily, as of lately, in Forex. Like I said, he knows the stock market. He's capable. The reality is, I've told y'all before, anybody's capable if you're willing to put in the time. Most people don't put in the time. That's the thing. Most people don't put in the effort to learn. Now, what I started this off about is the class action lawsuit based on FTX, which FTX is not Forex, and FTX is not the stock market. FTX was a crypto firm. The thing is as several people were lobbying for the last couple of years, trying to get policies in place for crypto. Things are in motion, and yes, some things will be coming to fruition. I'm thinking sooner than later. This is by no means guaranteed. These policies have not been yet implemented, and these policies still guarantee not much. They just make crypto a bit more of a secure and viable source of investment. It doesn't mean you won't ever lose money. If it was impossible to lose money, then everybody would just buy in. Therein lies the skill. Therein lies the craft, the art, so to speak. The ability to read what's happening in the economy, the ability to read what's happening in a business, the ability to read what's going to happen in that environment that's going to either make it more or less valuable, and whether it's time for you to get in or get out. All these things, YouTube's awesome. YouTube's absolutely awesome. What have I told all of y'all? I've told y'all YouTube is not the place to learn. And that's ironic because this is where I'm teaching you. But YouTube's not the place to learn. YouTube's not, that's why a lot of the things that I teach I'm more of concepts and ideas. I don't tell you to go buy this stock or that stock. I don't tell you to buy stock at all. I don't tell you to buy this crypto or that crypto. I don't tell you that at all. I don't tell you whether you should have crypto, whether you should have the stock market. I just give you ideas. If you're interested, this is how you should look at it. If you're wanting to do this or that, this is how you could be better efficient or effective in your investing. Why? Because ultimately, me and you, we don't know each other. Me and you aren't on that level yet. Now, I have coached people personally, and I mean in business, but like one-on-one. I've coached people, I've coached businesses, I've coached individuals, and I've been like, well, hey, look, this is where you could invest better, this is where you could do things better, this is what you could do differently. On here, that's not it. That's not what's happening. So if you get on YouTube, and whether you're watching me or you're watching anybody else, and you're like, oh, well, Corey said he's all about this. Greg said he's all about that. Man, Susie said she's all about that. And I really like them, so I'm going to go all in, right? And you go all in, and it turns out to not be right. That's not on me. That's not on Susie or Craig either. It's just not. Now, I know it's frustrating, but like I told you, I've advised all of you, get educated. Take the time to learn. Like, take the time to really dive in and hone your skills. Develop, what is it you're learning? What is it you're trying to invest in? What is the economy? What is the market? What is the product? What is the currency? Like, whatever it is that you're trying to invest in, take the time to truly learn and understand it. If you don't take that time, you're going to have more problems. Now, even taking all that into consideration and saying, okay, well, you've done your due diligence, you've learned, you've studied, you've researched, you've been watching the market for a year, 2 years, 3 years. You've really, really been studying and honing your craft. You've been doing demo accounts and things like that to really practice and try and just figure things out. Okay, but when it came down to it, FTX, that wasn't the problem. What happened with FTX? FTX, it wasn't just the little man who got taken out. Well, to rephrase, it wasn't just the little man who lost money. So many lost money. Some of the big titans of the industry, people like Mark Cuban, Kevin O'Leary, big, deep pocket millionaires and billionaires. But you know what the difference between them and the little guy who bought into FTX? The little guy was hoping to get rich off the FTX. The little guy took out a loan. Oh man, don't ever take out a loan. But he totally took out a loan thinking FTX was going to be this gold mine, right? So he took out a loan thinking, I'll just float some payments until I get my big score. Nah, man. Nah. Don't do that. Some people borrowed from their retirement. Some people took money against their 401k. Oh, come on, guys. Some people started a little side hustle just so that way they could generate some extra capital so they could take that capital and buy into crypto. Bought into FTX. Is that Cuban's fault? Is that YouTube's fault? Is that any of these people's faults? No, it's your fault. You chose to do that. Now, if you took your only egg, right? Because you got your 9 to 5, right? Your 9 to 5 is paying your bills, paying your house, paying everything, but you don't got anything extra. So you figure out a way. Like I said, you come up with a side hustle. You take out a little, loan, or you do whatever. You borrow against your retirement. You get some money from mom and dad, and then you decide to invest that entire nut, right? That entire amount into one thing? Come on. You don't invest everything into one thing. Now, I've talked about it before, and Munger's talked about it before. If you're being successful, is there really anything wrong with making all your money out of one basket? No, of course not. Not if you're making money, but when you lose, that's when it sucks, man. That's when you hurt. It's when you're in a bad spot. because you put all your eggs in one basket and the basket fell apart. Come on, man. And most advisors, most influencers, most YouTubers, most everybody will tell you diversify. Now there's a handful that'll tell you don't need to. Grant Cardone's one who's very strong about what do you need diversification for. He's like, put it all in real estate. But his mentality and his argument for doing so is sound. He's like, everybody's needed land since the dawn of time. Everybody's wanted a roof since there were roofs to be had. And everybody's always going to want a roof, and everybody's always going to need a piece of land to live on. So if you invest in real estate, will it ever go away? Like I said, you can't say that argument ain't sound. You can't say it don't make sense. So when he says that, it's like, well, you don't need diversification because this makes sense. It will never go away. Okay, fine. But when you talk to other people and they're talking about investing, hey, you're going to invest in crypto. You're going to invest in the stock market. You're going to invest in bonds and, all these different things, right? When they do that, they tell you to diversify. Don't put it all in one place. And of all things, if you're going to put your entire egg in one basket, why would it be crypto? And I love crypto. I absolutely do. I do. I've been a fan of crypto for a long time. I've been an advocate for crypto for a long time. I've been strongly, loudly, and proudly against all the crypto cowboys. Crypto cowboys are idiots. Sorry. I normally try not to be, so brash and brazen about it, but at the end of the day, that's just real. They just completely miss the whole concept and idea. And I know a couple of personally. Or, I should rephrase, I know a couple of people who wishes they were crypto cowboys personally. End of the day, though, like I said, what it comes down to, what it boils down to, is the security of your money. If you're going to put your money all in one place, first of all, you shouldn't do that. But if you did, why would you put it in something so volatile? Well, because I saw this news article and little Billy in Idaho made $7 million off of investing in Bitcoin. Okay, so Billy did. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Did you also read the article about Tommy over in Arizona who lost everything that he had? He was up to 1.4 million and now he's literally in the hole and owes money. Oh, you didn't read that article. See, that's... When you read one article and you're like, well, this is the norm and I'm just going to run with this is what happens, then you've put yourself in a place. And the big problem with that is you're going to put yourself in a place and you're going to blame the guy who wrote the article. Well, the guy wrote the article. He told me that Billy made money. Well, Billy did make money. He's not lying. He's not lying. He's telling you something true. Billy made money. Did Billy know what he's doing? Maybe. If you've read enough articles about the success of people who bought into Bitcoin or any other crypto for that matter. Bitcoin's a big one, but there's been people who made money off of Ethereum. There's been people who made money off of several different ones. It doesn't matter right now. What the point is if you read enough articles, you've heard the stories about the people who got lucky. About the guy who did a job. He did some coding for a guy, and the guy's like, hey man, sorry, I really don't have the capital right now, but I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you a digital wallet with some Bitcoin in it. He's like, can we call that a day? And he's like, okay, cool, I guess. And then he's like, well, it didn't take me that long and it's not really cash. So he left the wallet aside, and, it's a digital wallet. He left the wallet aside, didn't really think about it. Then he pulls out this drive with the wallet, right? A couple of years later, plugs it in, and he's like, I can't believe this. I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars or even billions of dollars. When initially it was just something that the guy gave him for... You hear these stories. These stories are real. They're real. Does that mean you should go buy Bitcoin? No, it does not. Does that mean you should not buy Bitcoin? No, I'm not telling you not to buy Bitcoin either. I'm not telling you not to buy Bitcoin. I'm not telling you not to buy crypto. I'm telling you that when you put all your eggs in one basket and you don't know, that's the thing, is you don't know. Too many people think they know. They hear this hot tip. They hear this story of this thing that happened and they're like, what if it happened to me? What could happen to you? But what if isn't something you want to bet your fortune on. You don't want to place your future on a what if. You need to know. You need to know what your plan is. You need to know, hey, is this going to be progressive? And it's like I'm beating a dead horse here. You never know. You don't. You think you know. You don't. I have a track record. I am pretty good. I'm pretty good. And that's not me just, tooting my own horn or nothing. I'm not trying to. I'm good. I've had a lot of luck in the stock market. While they were saying it was crashing, I was up 24. My portfolio was averaging 24% in the black. I've had some serious success as a swing trader. I've also, and swing trading, I was doing crypto, I was doing Forex, I was doing different things like that. I've also had some setbacks in swing trading. It happens. I can crush it one day and the next day I have a rough day. I can crush it 4 days in a row and day 5, man, it's not my day. I'm missing something. And the thing is I'm a seasoned investor. But I'm still a novice swing trader. I'm not there yet. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fact that I'm still getting it down. I'm not even remotely on the level that my homeboy is. My partner, man, golly, he's on a different level, but he's been doing it for 20 years. I haven't been doing it 20 years. I haven't been, but that's okay. And we got another partner. He's better than I am. He's different. He's different though. He doesn't place nearly as many trades, but he's incredible. He's a momentum trader. He gets in and he gets it big. He gets it big and he gets it big and then he's out. He's like, I don't need to be back in. I'm good. Right? We're just different styles, different techniques. I'm honing my technique. I'm working on it. And see, that's what you need to do. If you're going to invest, you've got to hone that technique. Never think you've got it. Never just settle and just say, oh, well, look, I was crushing it this week. I was doing great yesterday. Walk around with a strut saying, ooh, yeah, I got this now. This is my house. No. Don't matter how good you are. Don't matter how good you've locked it down. Keep learning. Keep getting those skills. But FTX wasn't the case. It wasn't a matter of lack of skill. You know why so many people lost some bank? Because there was misappropriation of funds. Misappropriation of funds. It was taking money. It was all a scam, a ruse, a hustle. And some of the most brilliant investors in the world, they got taken for a little bit. Now, they got taken for a little bit because they were like, I think this is an opportunity. I want to put some bank in here. I think this has a potential. But as O'Leary spoke about many times, he's like, I'm only putting so much money in before they start putting some policy in place. When they put some policy in place, he's like, I'm going to put a bigger bank in there. This ain't rocket science. You can't hold somebody else responsible. You can't. Okay. You can't hold your cousin Tommy liable for you investing in Bobby's business, but yet Bobby is skimming off the top the whole time. That ain't Tommy's fault. Tommy didn't know Bobby was doing that. Tommy just said, hey man, that looks like a good opportunity over there. Bobby's starting this company. He's doing these cool things. I bet you it's like this innovative process. Like it's cutting edge. You want to be in on the ground floor. You don't want to miss this chance, right? So Tommy's like, yo dog, you got to get in. Go get in now. Get in while the getting's good. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna drop some dollars over here. I'm gonna get in on Bobby's business. And then Bobby's business tanks. Why? Because Bobby's been skimming off the top since day one, and it was all a ruse. It was all a facade. It was all fake. Is that your cousin Tommy's fault? No. I mean, at the end of the day, was it your fault? No, it was Bobby's fault. Bobby's the one who's skimming. Bobby's the one who's hustling. Bobby's the one who fooled all of you. Bobby's the one who's been a fraud and a fool and turned you all into fools. He's tricked all y'all out of your money. But Tommy said it was a good idea. But if you didn't skim off the top, was it still a good idea? See, now that's where you got to take a step back. See, I believe this class action suit is going to get tossed out. I don't believe it's going to go far at all. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the evidence, it's real simple. Was the idea still a good idea? Was it still an investment? Absolutely. Did it fall apart? Absolutely. Why did it fall apart? Because it was all fake and he was skimming off the top. So is that his fault? No, it ain't his fault. Of course not. How could it be his fault that you got hustled by him because he advised you? Now, we do this. This is us inhuman, in our flesh, being human. We do this. We will sit here and get mad, and we will get swole, and we get frustrated, we get hurt, angry, tension. We get all these, we get this rainbow just of emotions inside of us that are all negative, and they all suck, and they all make us feel terrible. And we're just like, ugh. We want to explode, right? Because we're like, I took advice from someone I trusted, and it blew up in my face. So and especially with like FTX, you can't get closure because that dude is in jail. So it's not like, I mean, you trying to sue, you kicking a dead horse. That dude is in jail. What are you going to get from him at this point? But homeboy advised you to get in on it. So now you feel a type of way. I should have never listened to you. I should have never listened to you. I should have known better. You always get me in these stupid scams, and it's horrible, and I should have never... Come on. It wasn't him. It was you. You made the call. It was your money. It was your investment. Do you still believe it was a good investment? Had he not skimmed, had he not hustled, had he actually been investing the money properly, would it have still been okay? I don't know. I can't tell you that either. I'm going to tell you this. We got to stop trying to hold other people responsible for our losses. I mean, that's it. You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to step up. And sometimes it's just life, man. There's bad people. Bad people do bad things. So you can't look around here and blame the world for that person doing a bad thing. I mean, that's just going to happen. Bad people do bad things. We got to do better. We got to do better. You got to do better. We all got to do better. We got to stop throwing shade at people and pointing that finger and getting so angry just because we took a L. Just take that loss and just roll with it. Take that loss, learn from it, let's pick up the pieces and move forward. I hope that most of y'all didn't have all your bank in FTX. If you did, it's going to take a little bit more rebuilding. But rebuild, step up, don't let it break you. You still got opportunities. There's so many opportunities to invest in so many different things and to grow your wealth. A couple of years ago, I took a hit. I took a crypto hit. It sucked. I invested, went sideways with the firm that I was investing through. Even thinking about it right now, it makes me feel just a little cringy. Definitely makes Kimberly feel a type of way. And it looked like it was going to be so promising, and then things just went left. It happens. Don't ever put all your bank in one spot. And if things go left, they go left. Can't blame somebody else. Now, you could be mad at the person if he's scamming, hustling, taking right off the top. Yeah, you can be mad at that dude. But you can't be mad at somebody else because they thought this was a good investment. It's not their fault. Either one of two things. Either you should have known better than to listen to them, or obviously you thought it was a good investment too. All right. So we'll see how this all plays out. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to turn out to be that big a deal. But it sucks that a lot of these YouTubers and influencers are getting their name dragged through the mud right now. Because they didn't do nothing but say, hey, it's a good opportunity. It's a good, big firm that's growing. It's an up and coming, opportunity to invest, and they weren't lying. They weren't on the take. All right. I hope this helps y'all a little bit. I hope y'all can take a couple things from this. 1, don't put all your money in one spot. 2, take responsibility for your own situation. 3, when life kicks you, dust it off and let's keep moving. And 4, don't take YouTubers so serious. I don't care who it is, not even me. At the end of the day, I'm not your brother. I'm not your cousin. I am not your hired financial advisor. I'm just a guy trying to put some information out there, just like a lot of the other guys and a lot of the other girls. We're just putting some information out there because we want to help. We do. I truly believe a lot of these people want to help. And that's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to help. Just trying to help put information in y'all's hands that maybe y'all didn't have otherwise. And hopefully through all this, I'm building a relationship with y'all where y'all can know that I'm a reliable source, and then I ain't gonna say something I don't know. But there's so many unknowns all the time that you can't take what a YouTuber says and say, hey, I'm gonna go invest. You can't, like I said in the beginning, I don't care if it was Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's picked stocks that weren't winners before. They've been very few, but it happens. So, I hope this helps y'all. I hope y'all can take this to heart. We'll see what happens with this whole class action. In the meantime, to all my fellow YouTubers out there and influencers and financial advisors, I wish y'all the best. Many blessings, more power to you. And let's keep doing our part to try to help educate people and help lift people up. Till next time, it's your boy Corey B. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding your bell, get your notifications. I got more. Later.